Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, and a bit of an update, or rather a lack of update, regarding the RASSIE ERASMUS situation, who had his hearing over the past few weekends, but no verdict as of yet, with Jacques Nienaber confirming that processes are still ongoing regarding the entire hearing process. However, did clarify what the role of RASSIE ERASMUS will be this weekend, and sort of how they're going about it. Before we just sort of discuss the entire situation and the fact that, you know, how not having reached a verdict right now is quite frankly quite a joke. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so we knew that after months and months, we were finally going to have the hearing this weekend, where RASSIE ERASMUS was going to be appearing before a panel of World Rugby. And this weekend, it was going to be a virtual conference from the looks of it. But regardless of that, he had traveled with the Springboks, and he has been with the Springboks during training and their preparations for the tour so far. Now, today, Jacques Nienaber, in his press conference, was using RASSIE ERASMUS' laptop, which obviously prompted the question, what is happening? Is he there? Has he had a verdict? What is the situation? And Jacques Nienaber clarified that he didn't want to speak about the incident because he said that there had been no verdict as of yet. He said that it's currently sort of, I think the word he used was recess. Basically, they've had the hearing, and now it's kind of down to the people involved to sort of come up with a verdict and hand down a decision. We are sitting here on the 2nd of November still talking about an incident that happened in July. August, September, and October have all passed without something like this having been dealt with, and it just continues every single day. This incident drags on, continues to sort of show the complete dysfunction of World Rugby to be able to handle matters of this sort of situation. This should have been cleared up before the Rugby Championship had even started. Surely should have been cleared up before the Springboks even depart for the Rugby Championship, and had to have been cleared up by the end of the year tour. And yet we are sitting 4 days ahead of the first test of the Springboks for the Autumn Nation Series, with still a massive cloud surrounding RASSIE ERASMUS and what's happened. And for me, the longer it takes, for me, the less likely it can be that you can hand down a major punishment. You know, the fact that they've dragged their feet for so long means that if they were to hand down a major punishment, there would be huge backlash over the fact that they haven't been able to sort of get their sort of ducks in a row. And I think it just becomes very frustrating that we're even still talking about this incident, that, you know, RASSIE ERASMUS can't sit here and appear in press conferences, and he can't sort of address the public and stuff like that. And we're kind of sort of sitting there waiting and continuously talking about RASSIE ERASMUS and the issue, rather than talking about the rugby that's on the field, rather about talking about the teams that has been named. And it's very frustrating that we can't get back to the rugby issues and let the main thing become the main thing, because World Rugby are still dragging this issue out. And initially, you know, you can definitely argue that RASSIE ERASMUS did cause a bit of a scene and sort of create an entire situation about him. But even now, we're 2 days after the hearing is concluded, and there's still no verdict. I don't understand how we can spend 2 days post the hearing to still sit there and come up with a verdict. We've got to be able to move on with the situation. I mean, you look at cited commissioners, and people can get cited, have a review, have a thought, and we could talk about, you know, 8-week, 10-week, even, you know, 6 months sort of bans, for example. And these sort of things can be sorted out within, you know, a matter of a couple of days. And yet something like this has taken months and months, and yet we are still sitting during the process. We still do not have a final decision. So at this stage, RASSIE ERASMUS is part of the coaching staff. He will be part of the coach staff on the weekend. Jacques Nienaber has confirmed that he will be sitting in the coaching box next to Jacques Nienaber and his fellow coaches on Saturday when the Springboks take on Wales. Unless there is a verdict that comes down from World Rugby that prevents him from being so, and they can hand him a stadium ban or the likes, RASSIE ERASMUS will be back in the coaching staff. He will have a headset on. He'll be back to being directly involved with the Springbok coaches when the Springboks take on the field on Saturday. And our only hope is that in the next couple of days, we can at least get some clarity, so that by the time Andre Pollard or the likes gets the game underway on Saturday, we can move on from the RASSIE ERASMUS incident. We can just focus on what will happen between the 4 white lines over an 18-minute period, and we can stop discussing, talking, debating an issue which happened almost 4 months ago. I mean, it's ridiculous that we're still talking about this. However, having said that, it is a massive decision. It is a massive call, because whatever the decision and the punishment or the verdict that World Rugby do hand down, it is a massive precedent they will set. But having said that, they've also had 3 months to even begin to sort of understand where they lie in the situation and what kind of needs to happen. So it's a very frustrating process. So unfortunately, it's a bit of a lack of update, but it is an official sort of, there is no verdict right now. No punishment has been handed down. No decision has been made regarding what will happen to RASSIE Erasmus. As soon as there is a decision, as soon as there is a verdict, we will let you know what's going on. But right now, RASSIE Erasmus is part of the coaching setup. He will be part of this team and stuff like that on Saturday. Although at this stage, no official verdict, punishment, or anything, decision by World Rugby has been made as of yet. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel on the way out. My name is Steven. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you very soon.